Go on. You believed it yourself, didn't you? Scopely pretty much told us it in the roadmap what was coming in January. It was all there. It's Star Trek Voyager, and it's the Year of Hell Part 1. So let's jump into this one for patch 74, and let's see what they're going to give us. My name's Admiral Pegasus, and today I'm going to be bringing you this video on the patch notes for the Year of Hell. As you can see, we've got the Krenim time ship, we've got the damaged Voyager, and we've also got right here the Well Starship, which I think, based on listening to DJ's video this morning, could that possibly come in February? Who knows? Because apparently these are, this is, I've got to admit, I was wrong on this bit. It's not an epic formation amount. It's going to be an entity. Yes. So I'm guessing this is going to be a permanent fixture within the game. But anyway, so let's jump into it. Let's forget all the boring stuff. So what we're going to be getting is missions, obviously, new faction coming in called the Department of Temporal Investigations, or DTI for short, because apparently Scopely and Ultimate DJs referred to it as that, and I believe Revis, I haven't watched his video on the feature drop yet, so, but we will be advertising that because obviously a new building is coming, the Temporal Investigations Department. So we've got that. You've got new entities in the form of the Kremen, in the form of charged and static, so we've got effectively two different loops in one. It's a single loop, but yeah. New officers in the form of 7 of 9 Echeb and Infiltrator 2 Fox. So it's nice to actually tell us at the beginning what officers we're getting. New Chaos Tech, new artifacts, cosmetics, capture season 6, and more. So for those of you who remember the two-parter episode from Star Trek Voyager Year of Hell, this was, if I remember, was it a season ender? I think it might have been a season ender. Basically, Voyager encountered the Krenim. They needed to pass through Krenim space. It started off with a little skirmish because they were trying to negotiate safe passage through the Zal species, their space. Encountered a Krenim warship who literally had, the way Janeway put it, unless you got something a little bit bigger in your torpedo tubes, yeah, I ain't moving. So this ended up, and then he encountered a temporal wave, and this ended up starting the Year of Hell, where Voyager was basically under attack from the Krenim for a year while trying to pass through their territory. Part 1 ended with Voyager being abandoned because over half the ship had become uninhabitable, and it really showed the resilience of a Federation starship and how much damage it could actually take. Now, I know you're going to throw it in the comments. Plot armor. Plot armor. Whether you like Star Trek Voyager or not, I get it. But it showed the resilience of a Federation starship. But ultimately, obviously, Chakotay and Tom was also kidnapped by the end of Part 1. By the end of Part 2, Voyager had crashed into the Krenim warship and restoring the timeline. So, that is the episode in a nutshell. So, here we go. So, we've got being thrown in with the missions to begin with then. 1 year after Triumph's return to Earth, Admiral Janeway settled in Starfleet Command. Tom and B'Elanna are raising the newborn. Seven, however, cannot find peace. We all know she went to the Rangers. That was established in canon through Star Trek Picard. She lives in the neutral zone, protecting the vulnerable until fate draws her into a new battle against the Krenim. So we've got 8 core missions coming for that for Ops 42 and above, and some side missions. In the Academy of Paris, help rescue Tom Paris and his Starfleet cadets from the Orion slavers. So that should be an interesting one. But anyway, so let's actually jump into the main content. So this is going to be your loop then. So you're going to be starting up here. The prime timeline is under threat from the Krenim. The new building aids in defeating the new threat to the galaxy. Collect DTI exocoms, because you are going to need exocoms to attack these new entities, and directives from the faction store, and then decide which one you're going after and then defeat them. Check out the faction store for free directives, exocoms, and then obviously going for other stuff, and also level the building up. Now there is also a new feature coming for this, which is material converter, which is basically means within the specific grades you can change between ore, gas, and crystal to one of the other two. You can change that particular grade between its common, uncommon, and rare and epic versions. You can trade up. So I'm not quite sure about down. I'm hoping down, because common seems to be the biggest problem we have in the G4, G5, and G6 economies. So this is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to this. Now, Scopely did release a video on Star Trek Fleet Command YouTube channel. So pop over there and actually see what Beck actually shows you, because there is some footage there as well. So let's get into it then. The static Krenim ships. These locked partially outside the time stream. These enemies increase their isolated damage cumulative each round. Countermeasure to this obviously will be the anti-static XCOM. Like I just mentioned, you will need the exacoms just to do these. So, because otherwise you won't. They do have a one of them's got a 50 round limit and the other one's got a 30 round limit, but you can also bring 2 ships, not 3, not 1, 2. So that's going to be a great start. Exactly the same with the charged Krenim. These ones have got experimental quantum drives, and these will develop apex barrier and grow with every single round. Again, the countermeasure is going to be the anti-charged exacom when you're fighting these. So these are pure solos. You do not need to worry about getting your alliance involved. This is purely you focused. So there are 17 new systems on the Delta Quadrant. They that little green area, it's just to the south of them. That's where these systems are going to be contained. That's from the video footage from the Star Trek Fleet Command video on Star Trek Fleet Command's official YouTube channel. Bring up to 2 ships to fight. These, as it says, no health regeneration. So if you damage it, you can go after it again, if you've got the directives to do it. The exacoms, obviously, they'll be running. I don't know what kind of time frame they're going to have, but we'll see that when they actually get released. Krenim ships retain their damage from one fight to the next, letting you whittle them down strategically. Also, apparently, Armada crews will not work on these, and crews with the entity in their description will. So, that's if I understood DJ's video correctly, because I'm sure that's what he said. But caveat, not 100%, so that way you got the opportunity to say, no, Pegasus, you was lying. So battle rewards, obviously, is going to give you some wreckage in the form of static or charged, and some encrypted intelligence. So for those in the G5, we already know what intelligence is. Anyone who saw my super highways video will also know, and you're obviously below G5 will understand what intelligence actually is as well now. So new faction building coming in. So this is a screenshot that we actually saw from the roadmap. I did say it was under section 31. No, it's not. It's the temple investigations. I didn't think they would actually be doing this, but hey ho. Is anything important in there? So yeah, so here we go. So we've got the blog for it. We will go to the blog for the DTI a little bit later on in the video after we've done the officers. So the faction store then, exchange your static and charged wreckage and encrypted intelligence for artifacts, caretake faction reputation, and more. There is other officers in here like Hugh. He's in here. That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head, and I saw that one in that video of Star Trek Fleet Command. Daily essentials: 100 Krenim directives, fuel for the fight. So you literally just going after one. And DTA requisition form 13A, which is exchange for the anti-static and anti-charge XComs. Now, another good thing as well about this is if you're going after one particular thing, one of the particular ones, whether it's charged or static, you have the opportunity to convert the wreckage that you got to the other one if you need it. So maybe running, just say like statics all the time, just go after them particularly. You will be able to convert that wreckage as well to charged as and when you need it. Obviously, what the amounts transfer over to, I don't know. That's going to be the issue. Now, there is a refinery as well. Apparently, the only tax on the material converter, which is coming as well, will be for the more chests you pull. So if you stick with a single chest pull, you'll avoid the tax. So the favors then, that is also bring, because there are going to be some favors. So it looks like we've got some stuff for fighting the different Krenim ships, boost the amount of wreckage as well, reputation, also reduces negative reputation, making it a lot easier to duel and try grind as well. The reputation, increase positive reputation, enhance credit, enhances credits from faction messages, so that'll be a good one for really boosting up. It's like, I need 2 million to work towards the Enterprise D in Federation. Yeah, because I'm not doing certain Federation ones, it's a slow slog at the minute. But I also need, I'm working on towards my Sanctus at the minute, so that could be nice for the Romulan one. Increasing Apex barrier in PvE, not Armada, so bear that in mind. Improving cost efficiency for Federation favors, and unlocks additional reputation gains via the encrypted intelligence gain, so which I believe is going to be this one right here. So the new building then unlocks at 42. There is a bit here, there is a more detailed blog about that. So here's the video. We'll cover that just shortly. So here's your officers then. 7 of 9. She's got a captain's maneuver and an officer ability. It's basically the battle. It's a battleship. Targeting crew, as they're calling it. So basically, it's the final set that you need for your PvE. And to be perfectly honest, from what DJ was saying on his video, 7 of 9 seems to be the reasonable one, which follows suit with the other 2 epics. But the 2 rares, Echeb and Infiltrator Tuvok, have this unusual ability on their below deck, which DJ thinks that this is going to basically be a non-starter. When against players, if your ship has no applied state, so that's hull breach, morale, burning, or assimilate, increases Isolytic Cascade for 3 rounds, and that's Echeb, and Tuvok increases your Apex barrier for 3 rounds. Are these non-starters? Because you can guarantee that somebody's coming after you with burning, hull breach, morale. Well, morale probably less likely, or assimilate. So somebody's probably going to come after you with at least one of the 3, and it's most likely going to be applied. So this below deck ability, I think, will have limited effect. It's going to work, but it's going to have a limited effect, because it will be if those state applying officers do not proc and do not have a multiple round continuation. So if they're proccing round 2 for 3 rounds, that's going rounds 2, 3, and 4. But if they don't proc in that first round, I can see this actually proccing, this ability proccing and working for rounds 1, 2, 3. So it will. So I'm guessing here it will overlap, but I'm not the officer specialist. I just sort of follow the recommendations of officers, especially with these new ones. Because I've not been able to source a hell of a lot of them, I've not been able to put them to test or do any officer videos really. So, but it's going to be down to you what you think of these 3 particular officers. So, but the officer ability has all got hull breach as well when against players. So you got Echeb increasing your Apex barrier for 4 rounds, and Tuvok increasing your Isolytic Cascade for 3 rounds as well. So this one looks like it stacks because it says once per weapon. So yeah, that's going to be a booster as well. And again, this one's also going to be a booster as well. So keep an eye out for a separate blog revealing how to unlock these rare officers this month. So we'll watch out for that one and see what it does. Territory reset then starting 21st of January. Season 6, particle shuffles in the T1 and T2 zones, new service brought in the NX blueprints to T3, and Voyager is going to be extended down to the T2 sectors as well. I'm expecting this to be a limited number of territories, same with NX01, but it doesn't say it, so let's just be prepared for that one, okay? Artifacts coming in as well. We've got the new Krenim artifact, which increases crit damage against armadas and the invaded entities under any state. So as you can see, it starts at 100% and tops out at 400. Janeway's Pocket Watch reduces opponents' isolated damage against players with any state, 4% up to 40%. Chaos Tech has also been brought in, so you got the Chronophage, which looks almost similar to the inside of a Chronoton torpedo that we saw breach Voyager's hull in part 1. On the start of round against players, if your ship's hull is below 40%, so you're going to be taking a hell of a lot of damage here, increasing the number of shots for one round by 100 to 200, repair shields 1 to 35% for one round, and decrease opponents' isolated mitigation by 2.5% to 30% at the higher ranks. So, okay, yeah, seems reasonable, I guess. But Temple Overdrive Matrix, that's your next one. At the start of battle against hostiles, armadas, and the invading entities, increasing apex barrier, critical damage, and shield repair, all for 3 rounds. So then we've got cosmetics. So you're getting like oh, this is Janeway's vest from Year of Hell. So with the time watch and her badge. So yep, sad. I remember what that's from. So let's go have a look at the DTI then. We'll actually go into the actual blog. Where? Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's up here. I think it was up here, wasn't it? Yep, here it is. Because obviously this is going to cover a lot, including the faction store. So the DTI then. Bringing in the new building. This is the building that we saw the picture on the roadmap. And it's going to have this animation running along it as well. So that should be interesting to see if it actually works. Benefits faction store. Exchange newly obtained resources for powerful buffs, artifacts and chaos tech. Wreckage converter. If you've got a surplus of one or the other, you can swap it out to suit your needs. Reputation control, earn intelligence from battling the Krenim enemies, and then spend it in the store to boost your faction reputation. So I am trying to cut down the number of words that I read out, which you can clearly read on the screen. So the Krenim Imperium has launched a devastating temple attack against the Alpha Quadrant. Boo-hoo. Armed with massive weapons and temple dreadnoughts, bend time to their will. They arrive in 2 forms, so you've got the static Krenim ships, as we've already mentioned. These will have a cumulative effect of isolated damage. Oh, there's an appointment reminder for this afternoon. Isolated damage with every round of combat. And you'll want to use the anti-static exocoms against these. Then you've got the charge ones, which will increase their apex barrier every single round, and again using the XCOM, as I've already previously mentioned. Strategies then, the 17 new systems. So go have a look around those systems, see what there is. Whether you can start this straight away after the update, I do not know, but I would probably recommend waiting until event reset, just in case there's an event, because you know Scopely love to do that. So, and little plug in here, don't forget to update your client, whether it's the PC or its mobile phone or its tablet. Make sure you update it. So, unless your computer automatically updates, mine done, I have to click the update button. So I've got all that to do today. Persistent enemy HP. So these hostiles do not regenerate their health between battles. So coordinate your attacks with fellow commanders to slowly chip away at their defenses. Obviously, using the XCOMs will give you a lot. Will make it more effective for you to take these things on. So it looks like they are going to be very difficult to beat. Like I said, they do have round limits, so just be aware of that one. And then obviously the rewards is the wreckage that you get for converted in the faction store. So the building itself then, it's got some buffs. There's actually a fair whack of buffs coming with this. So you've got some combat buffs increasing your fleet's apex barrier, isolated defense, isolated damage, giving you the edge in the escalating conflict. Upgrade officer stats, so gaining crucial boosts that help your crew lead your crews to victory, and improve drop rates for broken ship parts to keep your ships in tip-top condition. Yeah, okay. Material converter then. So as we previously mentioned about the converter, unlock levels for conversion. This starts at level 30. This is the buildings level, by the way, not ops level, the buildings level. So converting G4 at level 30. At level 40 you can do G5. Level 50 you can do G6. So technically I need to get this up to level 40. I'm going to guess there's going to be a currency to get. So you're not going to be able to do the conversion from day one, sadly. But it is there for you to do. Versatile conversions, trade epic gas for epic ore, or upgrade rare to epic, giving you unprecedented control over your materials. Now I do have like a surplus of epic G4 materials. I really need them converted down to rares just to sort out my my Tribune and my my pylon. So got that to do. Next up is the DTI Temple Investigation Special Rewards event and events. Yeah, so nothing important there. Runs a few DTI headquarters, runs for a few days in January. Rewards 100 shards of Mirror Universe Picard when you level it. When you level your DTI quarters to specific milestones. So yeah. DTI Artifact Heroic time limited chain events in February, so this is going to continue into February. Challenge yourself to upgrade the building to designated levels before the deadline. Total reward 100 shards of Dane, 100 shards of Mirror Universe data, so that's not particularly too bad. Missing a milestone, no worries. The next event tier unlocks automatically once you meet the Department Temple Investigation building requirements. So, and then there's the video. So realistically there's not actually much in there. So we will have a quick rundown of the faction store and the building when they are released, so watch out for that video coming up. So until then, that's all there is. Voyager Part 2 Part 1, January 2025, the year of hell, 30th anniversary of Voyager, and Temple Investigations are coming. So make sure that you're not breaking that timeline in any way, shape or form. Until then, I'm Admiral Pegasus. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.